Last time on Tales and Tales, a D&D adventure, the party was just able to defeat the menacing bears.
I'm going straight for the eyes. Always go for the eyes.
Always go for the eyes.
Firebolt.
Both eyes.
Strangely enough, the bears had some magic items on them that the party will now be able to use on their adventure.
Tell us what the Hat of Vermin does, Theobald, if you could take a look at that.
This hat has 3 charges. While holding the hat, you can use an action to expend one of its charges and speak a command word that summons your choice of a bat, a frog, or a rat.
They are now headed off down the trail to try to find the evil warlock, Lionel Witchie. Will they be able to find his lair? Let's find out.
All right, so you exit the forest and you find yourself at the entrance of the park. You pop out of the foresty area, and if you're looking at the map here, you pop out from the right-hand side of the map, I guess the side closest to me, furthest from you, okay? You happen to notice a broken statue at the entrance of the park. It looks like it once was the mascot of the zoo, some four-legged creature like a wolf or a tiger, but all that's left are the legs, so you can't really quite tell unless you wanted to spend some time investigating further. Maybe you can discern
spend some time figuring this out, fellas.
Yeah, it's definitely very important. Blowing past that.
Dang it, that was a 19.
So as you exit the foresty area and enter in the main area of the park, this is what you would have thought would have been like the gift shops kind of entrance area, you know, maybe like a security check-in, all that stuff that you typically see at the front of zoos. Mm-hmm. So on the right-hand side of the entrance is the foresty area where you came from. The left-hand side is another area that doesn't seem to have much foot traffic. All the foot traffic that you notice in this area seems to be heading to the north. What do you want to do now that you're at the entrance here?
I want to pretty stealthily, like, along one side, start walking up and seeing what I notice or hear.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, you completely disappear. Like it is, you asked what time it was earlier. After traveling through the forest, it has started to get kind of dark out. And what color would you say that your outfit is?
Maroon.
Okay, so it just totally blends in with the night. And you are the darkness, right? Let's go ahead and have everybody give me a perception check.
6.
17.
7.
Okay. So all of you notice, no matter what you rolled, a massive tower, just huge tower. And that thunder that you heard earlier, you do see some storm clouds just like around the tower, like but only by the tower, which is super weird, right? And that tower seems to be on the other side of the lake that is up here on the top part of the map there. Okay. Let's see. Katka, you notice that there are some guards, some Grung guards that are patrolling the docks area. Every couple of minutes, they walk by each other. I'll place them on the map here in a moment. Let's see. Zip, you notice that there is another Grung that is sitting back near the carriage that is right over here. He's strumming a lute, and he's singing along with himself. It's not that easy being Grung. Let's see, Theobald, you looking past all of that, you happen to notice that on that carriage it says free ice cream on that. Wouldn't that be nice right about now? On that carriage there that the Grung is leaning against.
The singing Muppet.
Okay.
Guys, I want that loot.
Okay.
I can never have too many loots.
But is anybody noticing the tower that looks maybe a little suspicious?
Well, yeah, I figured this is just a pit stop on the way to.
Yeah, we have to get across this lake.
Yeah, we got
to get to the tower.
Buy these anyway, so I just want to
Alright.
steal his loot and slit his throat on the way.
And there might be free ice cream in it for you.
Also a perk, sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So I had been moving down this way.
Cool. All right. Perfect.
Well, if he's going to move that way, since I see the free ice cream and I like free ice cream, I'm going to stealthily move this way.
You stealthily go through the open area.
Well,
Just gonna belly
I
crawl.
got the raw into this deal.
I'm purposefully staying away from you because I don't expect this
Sure.
to
We're
succeed.
not in combat here, so.
So
in
yeah,
terms of
because I got
movement
a
speed-
5.
Oh yes. You are quite far away from them at this point, and they're not really paying attention to you. The closest one to you is very into his loot at this point. So don't worry too much about your low stealth roll at this point. But it may be something to be a little bit more concerned about as you get closer.
Right, but I rolled a nat 20, so
You did.
I would like for that to count the whole time.
The whole team, nat 20.
No, just
roll.
the whole time. Like
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
For the next 20 minutes real time.
That roll counts for all.
You are
rolls.
invisible the rest of this campaign. No one will
Perfect.
see you. Let's get rid of your mini entirely.
All right.
All right. And Zip, what would you like to be doing?
I rolled a 17 on stealth. I'm going to follow at a safe distance behind Theobald, attempting to be stealthy, but making sure that I've got a
We
cover.
learned absolutely
Yeah.
nothing
Are you-
from the last
But he's
battle.
going the right way. He's going toward what I want, the loot and the ice cream. So the loot and the loot, if you will.
That's great.
So I'm gonna go that route.
Okay. Sure. Cool.
Now
So.
we'll just continue.
Yeah, continuing going along there, and so you notice, some buildings that are over on the side here that are somewhat dilapidated. Some like big enough that somebody could fit inside if they wanted. Others completely dilapidated entirely. There were some plants, it looks like at one time, that were growing in front of here, but they have been totally neglected at this point and are all long dead. As you get closer. I'm assuming that you guys, go ahead and move your characters where you ultimately end up wanting to be before your next check, whatever that is.
Alright, so
Okay.
when I get there to the carriage.
Let me see.
I am not interested in the buildings as I pass because I notice the dead flowers and it saddens me.
Okay.
And I
sure.
do emit a sigh of remorse and regret for
Okay.
the dead flowers, but the buildings don't interest me.
Sure. Well, as you guys do end up getting close to the guys there, let's go ahead and have everybody make a stealth check other than Kotka because you rolled so well earlier.
Okay, good.
14.
10.
Okay.
My 3 bad rolls have all been 2s.
Alright, the guy with a shell on his back is sneakier than the cat.
Well, you're in front, so it's fine.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give the Grung that's nearby you. I'm gonna give him a perception roll. Okay. And if he rolls higher than a 10, he notices you. If he rolls lower than that, then he is just gonna keep on strumming along
Seems fair.
with the loot there. Okay, what's his perception? His perception is, I said higher than a 10, right?
Right.
He rolled exactly 10. It's not that easy being Grung. As he's just, that's all he remembers from the song. Definitely not all I remember from it. But anyway, yeah. So what would you guys?
Wait, what is the next line
Oh,
after that one?
yeah. What is that? That is a good question, isn't it?
Let's ask a bard.
I didn't write that one. I'm not familiar with it.
Any notable songs that you did end up writing?
There's some, but nobody ever believes me.
Like what?
We'll ask Lionel. when we see
Oh
him.
yeah, you'll
Don't
ask
worry,
him
we'll
which
get
one.
to the bottom of this.
Okay. Yes. Foreshadowing. All right. So you are able to stealthily walk up to this wagon here or this carriage that says "free ice cream" on it. Do you want to try to take a look inside?
Yes, I do want to
Okay, sure.
look inside.
So fortunately, there's no door or anything like that. It is a carriage.
Like a food truck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. 11.
An 11, yeah.
I think.
So,
No, 10, sorry.
just with a 10, that's enough. Yeah, so inside you are able to find something that you would not expect to find in an ice cream truck, like surfboards. What? There's 3 surfboards in here, conveniently enough, inside the back side of this ice cream truck, but there's also one ice cream cone that's in there, somehow still cold. If you're going to add that to your inventory, it would be not ice cream. It would be what I would call a potion of healing that you can that is there. Just the one though.
Well, I shall take the ice cream.
Yeah.
And I shall put it in my shell.
You're going to just put it in your shell.
With my other stuff.
Yeah. What's the temperature inside that shell, you think?
It's
Are they cold-blooded?
well, I'm a reptile. So
Well,
So it'd be
turtles. I think turtles are.
whatever the outside temperature
Yeah, there
is.
are. I guess I don't know.
Whatever the outside temperature is.
Yeah, sure.
temperature.
Yeah. It doesn't melt right away. Why not?
Evening, it's chilly.
Sure. Yeah. It's winter. I guess.
Alright, so I'm confused. Do I have ice cream or a healing potion?
Well, I'm flavoring an ice cream cone as a healing potion,
Oh,
or a
ice
healing
cream.
potion as an ice cream cone. There you
Gotcha.
go. Yeah. Katka, you are nowhere near any of this.
Agreed.
What are you doing right now?
I am probably going to ready my short bow and wait to see what happens over here.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Like a sniper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Zip, what are you doing at this point?
Like, I don't want to shoot and then be caught unaware.
Well, I'm mulling over decisions because I want to strangle this guy with my loot so that I can take his loot. But I also think it'd be totally gnarly, brah, if we shredded some waves instead of with these new surfboards instead of going over to the bridge.
Okay.
Problem
Yeah. So
is
do you want
my
to
bird friend
investigate
is
what's
way
going
over
on with the surfboards?
I do.
Yeah. Go ahead and take a look in your character sheet for the equipment item called the bubble board. This is a homebrew item I made up. And it's really funny that you said totally gnarly, brah. Go ahead and read that out loud.
No waves needed to drive these forward. Standing on the board and saying something totally far out will cast the spell Gust of Wind to generate bubbles that will make you surf like a killer dude. And then Gust of Wind spell description, which is basically gonna blow us along.
Yeah. So there's three surfboards.
Pretty tubular, bruh.
Right there, super sweet, wicked, totally tubular that you've got there. Let's see, Theobald was able to find the ice cream, and Katka is laying in wait to see what happens over here. Let's see, give me a perception roll, Katka.
13.
13, yeah, that's enough there. So over on your side, you do happen to notice a fairly large boat that is sitting over there on the dock.
Oh, the big red one?
The big red one, yeah.
That can't be it.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, I think I would like to try, I want to ready my bubble board, like have it ready in the water, ready to jump on and say something totally gnarly, brah. And then I would like to try and sleight of hand, and I want to substitute my loot into the hands of this
Oh my God.
pathetic
Are you-
creature.
How are you
Yes.
going to distract him in such a way that is able to
I mean,
get him to switch the loot that he's currently playing for the one that you have?
so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tap him on the left shoulder, which is gonna cause a disruption while I'm hiding on the right. He's gonna then turn. He doesn't seem to be a very accomplished musician. At that point, we're just
Why has
gonna.
his eyes closed?
We're just.
Oh, you're gonna Indiana Jones it.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes.
And either way, whether success or fail, I'm basically running and leaping right on the board then.
And then just taking off.
Exactly. Shouting shred the gnar, brah, and trying to surf my way to victory, or at least out of harm's way.
Okay. All right. So, unfortunately, no way to communicate this with Katka, who is over there.
Sure.
Across the way, about 50 feet away from you. Are you talking the strategy out with Theobald?
I would like to tell Theobald so he's at least aware, because it's probably going to get weird.
Who's tapping on his shoulder?
I mean, if you want to be an accomplice, it would probably help the distraction,
You could use the quarterstaff.
but that's up to you. You know what? And to further help the distraction, I pull out my hat of vermin, and I would like to.
Yes!
I
Actual
would
use of this hat.
Yes!
exactly. We're gonna send a little rat. Hopefully, in its direction. I'm gonna position myself so when it flees, it hopefully like runs between his legs, and right at that time, I also do the tap and the Indiana Jones. He
Sure.
should be very distracted.
All right.
Will Zip's plan find them the treasure, or will they once again find themselves in over their heads? Find out next time on Tales and Tales, a Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Stick around though to find out more about the heroes.
So basically, I've always, I had parents that were musicians.
Runs
so
in the
many
family.
do. Exactly. So kind of always aspired from a young age, and that's still my motivation is I want to prove to them that I've got it, that I can make it, that I, am a talented musician.
Yeah.
Well, that's a kind of a secret in our family. Nobody knows. We're a very proper, turtle family, and of course wouldn't mingle with dragons, but yet here's the fact that there's draconian blood somewhere. So I don't know. Dad didn't say, and Mom wasn't saying either, and they're both dead now. So
Forever a mystery.
Yeah.
So when Coco was younger, he sort of thought of himself as more of a ranger hunter. He specialized in sort of bounty hunting because he could fly. He could keep safe distances and travel people without them really noticing that they were being followed. And he had been hired to find a person named the Commodore. And he had tracked the Commodore to someone, and when he went to go apprehend the Commodore, the Commodore was there with an ally named Lionel Witchie. And Lionel Witchie hit Coco with an eldritch blast and damaged his wings so he could no longer fly. And so he couldn't really do the life that he had normally done, so he had sort of turned to a life of crime to sort of just survive in the world.